Hello and welcome to a tutoring video from me, this tutor, and in this video I'm going to talk you through how to achieve a grade 9 response to a Describe question on opposition in Germany. So this video is going to teach you through how to answer the Describe question, as I said in the introduction. We're going to be looking at the theme of opposition, so revise your knowledge in opposition, use my revision guide or my talk-through videos to revise your knowledge, and then you're ready to use that knowledge and apply it to a Describe question. I'm going to talk you through how to gain full marks on that question, but firstly, let's do a quick quiz on your knowledge. Yes, here's our quiz. It's in the form of a crossword puzzle. Now, if you've got my revision guide, you'll be able to fill this in on the pages. And if you do not, then look at it on the screen and see if you can work out the ideas then. So pause me now and give this a go. Okay, so here are the answers. So the leader of the White Rose group was Sophie Scholl. The type of Protestant church opposed to the Nazis was the Confessional Church. A group of students that spread leaflets against the Nazis was the White Rose group. An opposition group that enjoyed jazz during music and dance is the last down clue. That's the Swing Youth group. So the across puzzle clues. A religious opponent and member of the Nazi resistance was Bonhoeffer. Pirates who would attack Nazis during the Second World War, you've got the Edelweiss pirates. A Protestant opponent and poet, you've got Niemöller, and a man who tried to assassinate Hitler, you've got Stauffenberg. So hopefully you knew those and you knew all the different types of opposition well. Let's go to some Describe questions now. So hopefully you've seen already in my other Describe videos the success criteria of how to answer this question. But a brief reminder, we are essentially looking for 2 points, each supported by evidence. So we're creating very basic arguments with point, evidence to produce our answer. So let's have a look at this first question. Describe 2 ways that opposition developed during the Second World War. So have a bit of a think about this, plan some ideas, jot some ideas down on paper, and then we're going to give this a go. This is just a quick fire video, so have a think of some ideas. It could be opposition developed through youth, could be opposition developed through military. Have a think of which ones you'd talk about and how you'd support those ideas. Okay, if you had to think of some ideas, okay, let's have a go at this question then. So filling in a revision guide or using paper, fill in your answers now. So we're going to start by making a point, and I'm going to talk about youth in this one. So how would you start a youth sentence? How would their opposition beginning? So write your opening sentence. Pause me now and give it a go. If you've got your idea, so here's my idea. You can self-assess and keep your idea running as long as it's got an argument developing. So one way the opposition to Nazis developed during World War II was that youth became bored and frustrated. Maybe you've gone youth wanted to rebel against Nazi ideas. Youth liked sort of more Western culture than traditional Nazi culture. Youth didn't like some of the policies of the Nazis. Have an argument. So pause me now and support your idea with 1 or 2 sentences of an example. Try and have keywords and key facts in there to support your idea. Away you go. Okay, so here's my idea. Remember, I've talked about bored and frustrated. So the Edelweiss pirates were a good example of this. So for example, the Edelweiss pirates developed against the Hitler Youth who were poorly led during World War II. They even began attacking Hitler Youth groups, and the Cologne pirates attacked a local Gestapo leader and killed him. They were actually executed for his murder. So I've got 1 or 2 sentences there with keywords like Edelweiss pirates and Cologne pirates. I've got Gestapo leader. I've got the detail that they were poorly led now, so they were bored and frustrated. So I've given my details. Perhaps you talked about they didn't like policies of Nazis anymore, and you've got the White Rose group and their leaflet dropping campaign. That would be a really good idea as well. So let's look at another example now. Now we need to go to a different idea. So I've gone bored and frustrated. I need to have a different idea now. So I could have military opposition. I could have a bit more of an angle on youth opposition perhaps. What could be a good opening point? So pause me now and develop your opening idea. Okay, so here's mine. So another way that opposition developed was through protest. Okay, so I've gone for protest. So that's probably going to lead me towards something like the Sophie Scholl group. Perhaps, maybe I could talk about Cardinal Galen. And I've got some ideas of protesting Nazi policies. Okay, what have you gone for? Think about a good example to back up your idea. So pause me now and give it a go. So here's my example I've gone for. So for example, the military tried to assassinate Hitler by Stauffenberg bomb plot as the army feared losing the war. They're obviously protesting against the brutal policies of the Nazis. And also Sophie Scholl's White Rose group spread leaflets complaining about Nazi ideas and policies. And obviously that got them eventually assassinated. I could also, as I mentioned in my talking earlier, I could talk about Cardinal Galen protesting against the euthanasia programme as well. So hopefully you've had a good idea now. You've seen how to do this. It's point and evidence, point and evidence. So go away and practice some of the questions you can think of. You can describe 2 things about anything in this Nazi Germany topic. Well, I hope you found the video useful. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to look out for more of my videos and do recommend me. If you don't have my revision guide, then do get it. Bye bye for now.